the Meta AI super team, WhatsApp ads, and a Trump phone? Really? This is MacVoices. Today's MacVoices is supported by Bzigo. Stop losing sleep over mosquitoes. Take back your nights with Bzigo. Go to bzigo.com/discount/buzz10 and save 10% off. Circling back to Meta for a moment, this is from Engadget. Meta is reportedly forming an AI superintelligence team. And you probably heard some of the news this week that Alexander Wang let's see, I'm trying to remember what his company was, Scale AI. Basically, it sounds like Zuckerberg just did a talent acquisition, and Scale, they didn't really exactly buy it, but now Alexander Wang is working for them. And that Zuckerberg is just throwing ungodly amounts of money to pull in experts to be the ones to develop the best, biggest, best, baddest intelligence, artificial intelligence engine. And I don't know how I feel about this. I like the idea of getting all the experts under one roof. I'm just not sure I'm comfortable with it being Meta's roof. And again, because of what seems to be their lack of regard for user privacy, user rights, media rights. So I think it's definitely worth watching. I don't know. Dave, did you see this and have any thoughts about it?
No, not really. I didn't see it, so I can't really comment on it. But I can't.
Okay, that's fair. Marty?
Yeah, I just kind of think that this is going to make the investors happy and nobody else. And who's going to follow up to find out that he did get the biggest, bestest AI superintelligence team? I don't know. Feels like a superheroes cartoon. I think this is all about branding, coming out and saying, doing some bravado and saying ours is bigger, and not necessarily has any play out or meaning.
I'm with you on that to a point. Just like Microsoft acquired, he's escaping me right now, but they're head of AI, sort of in much the same way. And so, there's some really great minds out there in this. I guess to address your point, at the end of the day, we're going to figure out who the best AI is or who has the best AI by what it can actually do and who adopts it. Maybe that just is the way that the market will work.
Yeah, the end part of the article, it talks about how Meta's Llama 4 large language model wasn't well received. And so I think this is kind of trying to build investor confidence.
Admit, I had not thought about it from that angle. That's a lot of money to throw, though, at building investor confidence. And let's not forget that Zuckerberg still basically is Meta, that he owns the majority of the shares. So,
or controlling a number of shares anyway.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Zuck is in control.
If we did show titles, David, that might be it. And I don't mean to just constantly beat on Meta, okay? But the next one is another Meta story. Sorry.
Go ahead. Constantly beat on them.
Thanks, Jim.
I'm good with that.
Meta is bringing ads to WhatsApp. Privacy experts are sounding the alarm.
And are we surprised?
I don't know, Dave.
I mean, WhatsApp has been a wide open platform for quite some time. A lot of people use it to talk to loved ones across the world. There's a lot of eyeballs on it. And then obviously it's a very popular service. That was why Meta bought them. Why not capitalize it? I mean, thinking of how that's their business, selling
How
advertising.
was it monetized up till now?
It wasn't. They just owned
What?
it, and they were getting a lot of users. But
Didn't they pay like $1 billion for it or something?
they did,
Yeah.
And they're getting nothing?
other than a
They
very
bought it a
valuable
long
service.
time ago. You're saying they've made $0 off of that purchase?
I'm not aware of any way to monetize it.
I
other
am not
than-
either. That's why
just
I'm not.
other
I
than-
can't say yes or no. Maybe they are. We're not aware of it.
Yeah,
I've
other than
lost
the fact
all
that they,
respect for Mark Zuckerberg.
well, yeah.
Well,
No.
you get a
Because he
bunch
hasn't
of
made any money off of it.
you get
Okay.
a bunch of people who are using WhatsApp to look at things like Facebook, threads, other kinds
Mhm.
of product, and you pull them into the other product, which is monetized.
Yeah, loss leader. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and the privacy experts, look, I get it, because one thing that Meta does, because Google does it, everybody does it, is the advertisers want to know how effective their ads are, and I don't know what the going measurement is, whether it's clicks or actual purchases through or whatever. But you know that Meta is not going to be able to just say, okay, McDonald's, here, you give us your ad spot and we'll slap it up there for how many millions of dollars, and we're not going to tell you anything about it. You know that they're going to be tracking it somehow. And that opens the privacy issue up as to, because then are the ads going to be keyed to what you're talking about? What if I'm texting with Marty about let's go to dinner? Am I going to see a McDonald's ad all of a sudden? Or am I not going to see an ad for Ford because we're talking about food and not cars?
This was the way that I could communicate with, and we could communicate WhatsApp with members of my wife's family who are Android users. It was the simplest way to get around all of the SMS stuff for a long time. And now this has been tainted. And so it's sort of like, oh, now I got to talk them into another platform that doesn't do the ads and doesn't do all this stuff.
Brian?
Yeah, I was just reading through it. I think I found an answer to your question. It looks like they're not going to collect, at least what they're stating now, they're not going to collect any information from messages or calls, but rather have it based on your location and language.
Okay, my language, fine. I get that. That almost makes sense. My location. So now they're going to want to know that, I'm in Boston, and they're going to feed me. Feed me. They're going to send me ads for seafood restaurants.
Yeah, I could definitely see something like that.
In
But if
English.
in English, yeah. But if I'm in Kansas City, they're going to send me barbecue or steak house ads.
Making me hungry.
I wish I hadn't brought that up. Now I'm hungry too, Brian. Yeah.
Hey, come on over. I'll take you out.
All right.
Barbecue.
Careful what you wish for. What you wish for. We might show up on your doorstep.
No, I got a steak place that'll knock your socks off. So
Okay.
okay.
I'm in.
I'm in too. I'm closer.
Yeah, I'm in place.
So
I'll be there.
once your socks are off, do you replace them with steaks?
Marty's on a roll tonight.
So is that
He
like
is.
that Lady Gaga meat suit?
Yes. Yeah. If only the
Yeah.
the YouTube chat room could see some of the comments that have been made in our private chat room tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe best
Hey.
not.
yeah. This MacVoices is supported by Bzigo. Go to bzigo.com/discount/buzz10 and save 10% off. Summer is here in central Pennsylvania, and that means mosquito season. This year, with such a wet spring, it's especially challenging, to the point that local health departments are now having to spray for mosquitoes. I guess they don't know about Bzigo. Bzigo Iris is a cutting-edge device that uses computer vision and AI to detect, track, and pinpoint mosquitoes in real time. No more guessing, no more swatting at thin air. Just a simple, precise way to finally take control of your space. Bzigo Iris spots where the mosquito landed and pinpoints it with an eye-safe laser, so you can take action with your trusty, non-AI-powered swatter. Bzigo even works in total darkness and can send you a real-time notification, so you don't even have to be in the room. No chemicals or toxic spray involved. Who doesn't want a better option when dealing with something as annoying and as health concern causing as mosquitoes? Stop losing sleep over mosquitoes. Take back your nights with Bzigo. Go to bzigo.com/discount/buzz10 and save 10% off. That's bzigo.com/discount/buzz10 and use the code buzz10 to get 10% off. Say goodbye to itchy bites and sleepless nights. Thank you, Bzigo, for sponsoring this episode of MacVoices. Hey, last one for the evening, because we have to have a little bit of fun here. But Trump Mobile is here. Experts are baffled.
Oh, come on, Chuck. The
Fast Company.
jokes just write themselves on this one. This is
I was laughing out loud when I saw this story.
Well, I'm going to pretend to try to take it seriously for a moment, and ask you guys how they're promising a $499 smartphone with branded wireless service for 49
47
45.
a month.
Yeah, based and
47,
that
yeah.
pricing is based on Trump's presidency designations. The phone is going to be gold, of course.
What a surprise.
But I mean, $499. It allegedly is all going to be made in the U.S.
Of course.
And again, I'm going to do the usual disclaimer. We're not talking politics here, but I'm thinking, who would sign up for this? Who would sign up for this? And with no more information than we have right now, it's being talked up, and every article I've read seems to be baffled by this.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well, it'll be a
read
big
something
seller.
Sorry, Marty, then Jim.
Yeah, I read something that the specs on this particular phone, they had some, and it doesn't do 5G. Under the specs, it said 5G not available at this time.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Thank you,
Probably
Marty.
because they're getting the 4G network because they don't want it to be an MVNO. They want to be their own network. I wouldn't put it past them.
Well, I've heard other people say what they're going to do is go around and purchase other,
It is an MVNO.
Oh, it is MVNO.
I thought it was,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but which carrier are they going to use? If they're an
T-Mobile.
MVNO? Oh, okay.
that's what I had heard. That's what I remember reading, Jim. Yeah, I don't think it's in this article, but
Well, why not 5G? That doesn't make because of the phone. They want it to be a low price phone because you can't make a phone in the United States, but they think they can.
They can't get the modems.
Yeah, then there's that.
That's okay, but it doesn't support 4G, 3G, or 2G either.
Bring on Edge.
Edge network.
Yeah, I'm
Brian?
looking forward.
Go ahead, Marty. Sorry, finish and then.
I'm saying I'm looking forward to this. I was having dinner tonight with my Trump steak and with my Trump University diploma hanging on the wall,
Yeah, I thought so.
and thinking about how I could purchase this with Trump Bitcoin. And while, maybe having some Trump vodka over that. So
Wow, I forgot about the Trump vodka. Yeah.
all failed businesses.
That's
Yeah.
because you had too much of it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim.
This is going to be a pump and dump, basically.
Brian.
Yeah, I was taking a look just from the economic angle of how much the monthly fee would be per month, and I love MVNOs. I use Visible. My wife uses Mint. It's if you're happy with saving a few dollars that way and getting you're happy with the service you're getting, you can save a lot of money that way. I'm paying $25 a month right now for Visible, unlimited text and unlimited data and hotspot and everything, and I'm happy with what I get. And I'm looking at the price here for this service, and it's $47.45 per month. That is a lot of money for an MVNO. And I do see earlier in the paragraph talking about a couple extra perks, I guess, that it gets. But on some of them, it's almost like just doing like the analysis of like, okay, so roadside assistance on your cars. Well, how often are you doing that in relation to the extra amount of money that you're spending for that phone per month? How many months would it be before you break even? Then you're paying more, just things like that. I don't know. Like it's not a good deal. And it's just going to be a vanity thing for some people to want to, sign up.
Yeah, I guess. And I know there are going to be Trump loyalists out there who I'm sure are going to do this just because the name Trump is on it.
Yeah.
But from a technology standpoint, I just shake my head and say, we're concerned with Huawei. We're concerned with, the offshore phone companies and what their electronics are doing. I would be deeply concerned over this without a whole lot more transparency. Not just the phone, but the service too. Sorry, Dave.
There's no credit. There's even no credit check. You can get this phone.
There you go.
Crazy.
Guys, thank you. We had to play a little bit of catch up since last week was strictly dedicated to WWDC, but I really appreciate everybody being here and sharing their thoughts and wisdom because we ran a broad spectrum here of topics tonight. Let's go around the room and let folks know where they can find you, and then we'll get out of here. So I'll just keep the same order. Dave Ginsburg, thank you very much for being here. You and your purple microphone. Where can folks find you?
It's a doc pop, so that's why I got to look at it.
He gets a kick back every time he says Doc Pop. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
or he does. Make sure I bring it with me so he sees it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me as always. You can find me at In Touch with iOS at intouchwithios.com, YouTube channel, youtube.com/intouchwithios. Here on Tuesdays. Our show's on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and on YouTube, and as well as Fridays on the Mac Show on the British Tech Network, usually. And Mastodon, Blue Sky at DaveG65.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Jim Ray, our roving WWDC reporter, thank you for making it back and sharing your experiences. Where can folks connect with you?
I think I'm going to head back to Cupertino, so look for me up there.
We'll do it.
Or on Mastodon, ProVJim at techhub.social. In fact, actually, I have big news.
Oh,
I stopped using Twitter. I think it's called something else now, a couple of years ago. But I never closed my account. Just stopped posting, stopped doing anything. But I look every now and then. And last week, I finally got more followers on Mastodon than I have on Twitter.
Yay.
Good.
Of course, actually, since probably half the ones on Twitter are bots, I probably actually had more followers a year ago, but officially the actual number in the counter is actually bigger now.
Congratulations. That's great.
It's awesome.
Well, and with your newfound notoriety, at DubDub, you'll just get more followers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I got over the hump.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim. Web Bixby, thank you so much for being here as always. Where can folks connect with you?
Well, I'm still sticking with Blue Sky. You can find me there, Web Bixby, WEBBIXBY, one word. Find me there.
Great. And folks, go, if you aren't following all of these folks, you really should be, so that you can provide them your feedback and see what they're sharing on social media, because we all love social media, as you could tell from this conversation. Marty Jencius, thank you for being here. Where can folks find you?
You can find me at Jencius at mastodon.social, Jencius, Jencius, or also Jencius at Blue Sky. The projects I'm involved in, you can find at thepodtalk.net. And that's my website that includes the different podcasts that I'm in. Tuesday nights here, Thursdays on In Touch with iOS. Mondays is the one that I produce, or one of the ones that I produce, called Vision Profiles with Eric, and also David is now part of our regulars for that show. And we talk about Vision Pro news for the week and what's new with AR and VR.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Marty. Appreciate it. Last but not least, Brian Flanagan Arthurs. Thank you for being here, Brian. Where can folks find you?
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Best place to find me is on my website, brian8944.com. You can also find Brian8944, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and still on X. And then for me, different projects, just want to highlight a podcast that comes out every 2 weeks on the desk of Brian. So episode 4 will be coming out next week.
Thank you, Brian. Sounds like you're going to make a go of this. You're right on schedule.
Good college try. Yeah.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Before we go, Webb, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I did before the show got away from us. I know we're getting ready to wrap things up, but I really wanted to thank Jim. I really enjoyed his update from WW. I really enjoyed that a lot and learned something from it. So, Jim, thank you for going and then sharing it with us. So, now, Chuck, I'll let you have your show back.
Yeah. No, I echo it. I echo it, Webb. I love it when we can all share whatever it is we're doing and let everyone learn from it, and especially for something as big a deal as Dub. So it does mean a lot to us, Jim. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, I had more fun than you.
Well, probably so. Probably so. Before we go, I want to make sure we mention MacStock Conference and Expo coming up in July in Crystal Lake, Illinois. Let's see. Dave is there. It's 3 weeks away. Oh, please don't tell me that. Dave is going to be there and presenting. Webb will be there. Marty's there and presenting 2 sessions, one with his son, one solo. Brian will be there. He's presenting. Jeff Gamet is going to be there. He's presenting. And I'm blanking out on everybody else.
Kelly?
Brittany and Kelly are both going to be there and presenting. So, so come, Brett Terpstra. Yeah. So we're going to have a ball, and we would love for you to join us. And it's still not too late. So go to mac.conferenceandexpo.com. If you want to save $50 off the admission, you can use my code MacVoices50 at registration. I don't care. All the other speakers have codes as well. And if you've been watching The Road to MacStock, you can pull the codes off of there. The important thing is for you to get to MacStock. We want to see you there and share some good times and a lot of information. So one more time, MacStock Conference and Expo. This is Mac Voices Live, Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube at youtube.com/MacVoicesTV. We will see you next week. As always, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with Mac Voices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.